Well, hello again. This is Mrs. Ehrman coming back to you with another message from Wyandot Cares. I was just thinking today about our Love Your Neighbor campaign. Those of you who are in upper Sandusky classes, you remember that we are raising money to give to organizations. But our whole Love Your Neighbor campaign is based on something Jesus said to somebody who asked him a question. And maybe you remember the answer to the question. The question was, so Lord, what is the most important commandment? And so Jesus quoted from the Old Testament scripture. I'm going to read it to you from Matthew 22, verses 37 and 39. It says, Jesus said, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. But then he went on to add, the second commandment is just as important. Love your neighbor as yourself. Now, does anybody remember what Jesus meant when he said neighbor? Yeah, you got it. He meant everyone, especially those who are in need. Even the people that we may not like or know. And boy, we look around us today, there's a lot of people in need, aren't there? Well, we've been raising money for some really, really good organizations who help people in big ways. But since we don't have school, we're not able to come together and bring in our money to donate. That's kind of discouraging, isn't it? But if you 4th and 5th graders from Upper remember this, there are other ways that we can show love for our neighbor, and they don't cost us really much of anything as far as money is concerned. So I've asked some of my 4th and 5th graders to fill out little cards if they did something nice for people. So I'm going to read some of those to you. I think these are really cool. One said, I cooked dinner. Wow, that's neat. I helped pick up sticks and twigs. I helped my dad clean outside and clean the house for my mom and dad and gave a poor person $5. Wow. I helped my sister clean her room. I shoveled my neighbor's driveway. I picked up dog you-know-what in the backyard. I did chores without being asked. How about that one? I helped my mom babysit. Those are just a handful. Aren't those great? They're fantastic. So I was thinking of maybe some ways that, with all the coronavirus guidelines that we're supposed to be social distancing, there's some things you can't do. And plus, you can't shovel snow because there's no snow to shovel. But I would encourage you to keep doing some of those things. Help your sister or brother with their cleaning their bedrooms. Do your chores without being asked. That's wonderful. But you can't just go next door, knock on the door. We're kind of not supposed to do that, and you really can't go to a lot of places. So I thought of some ideas that might be something you'd be interested in doing. So I'm going to read those to you because I wrote them down. How about this? How about if you actually get out a piece of paper and write with a pen or pencil? You know what that is? And write a note to someone who's stuck at home, maybe an older person who can't get out of their house, or maybe somebody who lives at a nursing home. I'm sure somebody at your house can help you find those addresses to send it to them at the nursing home. And make sure you draw a picture or put a Bible verse in that. Wouldn't that be cool? Or how about this one? Maybe you could email one of your teachers and tell them how much you appreciate all they do. Wow, that would really encourage them. But here's something really crazy. I know maybe you haven't even thought about this, but most of you know what this is, right? It's a phone. You could actually pick it up and dial your grandparents' number and talk to them. Or maybe somebody, an aunt or an uncle, or somebody in another state that you haven't talked to in a long time. I promise you they would love to hear from you. So those are just some ways that you could do that. And by all means, I would encourage you to pray for each other, to pray for those, especially those who are in need. That's the best thing we can do to show love for our neighbors. Well, those are my ideas, but I bet you all have lots of ideas that are even better. And so I would love to have you share those with us. And you can do that by sending us a message right here on this Facebook page or on Instagram. We'll get those. I would love to hear what your ideas are. And you know what? If we post those, then other people might be encouraged by your ideas. So let's remember that we're not doing love your neighbor kinds of things just to pat ourselves on the back and say, look at what we've done, aren't we good? That's not why we do love your neighbor stuff. We do it because Jesus loved us first. And this is the way we can pass on his love to others. So I encourage every one of you, I encourage myself to do it. Let's go find ways to love your neighbor. See you next time.